I don't know what the attack point is on this one. But, so, this is Jimmy Dore. Dems love dirty money. Okay, not a surprising title from him at all for a graphic. It's not a surprising thumbnail. Totally in line. Picture of Biden, you know, with a wry smile on his face. Stacks and stacks of money. A black woman in the center. But look at the title of the actual thing. Yeah. Look at, yeah, it's Nina Turner. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Oh, Lisa, a happy birthday to both of you. To you and Lois. Lois was the name of my first girlfriend ever. All right. Anyways, so Dems love dirty money, and yet DNC biatch slaps progressives and continues raking in dark money.
You ever wondered what actors and actresses do when they have to get in shape really fast for a movie? Because I can promise you,
they take months.
So you remember, I've showed you this before.
Yeah, well, it's not like you have original moments. Fuck, this is 18 minutes long, this fucking clip. All right, I reserve the right to bail on this once we get to the point. I'm going to give it 5 minutes at most. Because it's, judging from the title, it seems like it's just going to get grosser and grosser.
Joe Biden admitting.
I would agree that your service in the Senate up to this point has not reflected any particular concern for the larger contributor.
Well, the fortunate thing is I didn't have many larger contributors, and the only reason... See, I went to the big guys for the money. I was ready to prostitute myself in the manner in which I talked about it. But what happened was they said, come back when you're 40, son. And so I had to go out.
Yeah, he was joking.
And guess what? He did. He's now 79. He's been getting big cash for the last 39 years.
Oh, yeah? What, does he own 4 golf courses? Does he have a winter house?
I had to do the real sick shit nobody would do to get there.
That's a hooker reference, I think, from Kurt, and he's proud of that moment. He felt like he got in on it. It held, and he's gonna just bask in the warmth of that gag.
And look at that crowd of assholes chuckling at the whore. Isn't it eerie? They're all
a crowd of assholes chuckling at the whore because they know he's joking.
Laughing.
They cut to them. You see them in the video. Look at these bow tie weirdos.
These bow tie weirdos. Don't let Tucker hear you say that, Jimmy.
Oh, he wanted to be a whore, but they wouldn't give him the money.
I know that feeling.
Oh, boy.
No, you don't, Kurt. No, you don't.
I said, come on, let me suck your dick so I'm ready. And they said, sorry, kid, we're into DILFs.
He read that off the paper. That's one of the jokes that Kurt gives him. Now, that piece of paper he holds in his hand, those are Kurt's jokes. That's how Kurt stays on the show.
What are DILFs?
Oh, my fucking God. You read the punchline and you don't know? Well, first of all, as a father, a DILF is a dad I'd like to fuck. Like MILF. I mean, a little bit of deductive reasoning might bring you to that. As someone who was once in the running to be a DILF of Disneyland, I would like to say for the record, I'm very aware of what that is. And the fact that Jimmy read that joke and has no fucking idea, I mean, if anything sums up Jimmy's work ethic, that's it.
Like a MILF?
Dads I'd like to fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he had to ask.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought. And then he winks. No, you didn't.
Look at these fucking people.
Look at the bow tie kid. Oh, who'd he grow
All
up?
right, yes. Yes, it's a clip from the fucking 80s. Dude, you're wearing almost that exact same fucking shirt. The only thing missing from that dude and Jimmy is a bow tie and aging poorly.
Up to be.
He grew up to be Jimmy. What the fuck are you talking about? Look.
Wow.
Probably works
That's what Tucker was wearing back then, you dipshit.
in a think tank coming up with new.
Coming up with the.
This,
He just bailed on it. Look, that's improv.
Bow tie kid. Oh, who'd he grow up to be?
Wow.
Probably works in a think tank coming up with new.
Look at this. This is the guy who's getting laid.
New nothing. Just nothing. New. Probably works at a think tank. Thinking of new. I got nothing. We're gonna do porn stash joke.
Yeah.
That guy there. That guy with the mustache, he's making it happen. This guy's selling cars or
Is he?
copiers. He's selling copiers.
That looks like he has like Max Boothead. I bet he works in some kind of
That guy.
yeah. That
Anyway,
guy.
so I'm getting caught up.
Yeah. I mean, it's comedy gold, so I understand how you get caught up in it.
So there's Joe Biden. Biden actually complained in 1974 that big donors are able to decide who can and cannot run for office. How long is the American public going to put up with a small group of men and organizations determining the political process by deciding who can run and who can't run? Forever? The answer would be how long? Forever.
Well, no. He was way behind in fundraising compared to a bunch of other people, including Bernie, by the way. And was he the big money hit when he ran at any point? Was he the big money hit in the Dem primary?
Because now you're the head of that stupid system.
That stupid system.
And why do I bring it up? Because the DNC, they've been telling them to get rid of the dark money. This is from September 2nd. Now is the time for Democrats to ban dark money from primaries. September 6th. Opinion, it's time for Democrats to act on dark money ban in primaries. Let the DNC know Democrats must ban dark money from the primaries. That's September 7th.
So it's the same person writing it in multiple places? They're just reposting the exact same article?
And abhorrent and anti-democratic outrage as DNC panel blocks vote on dark money ban.
This is Common Dreams, September 8th. The Democratic Party, by not allowing this resolution to come to the floor, is complicit in the railroading of democracy itself, said former Ohio State Senator Nina Turner.
Wow. The Democratic Party, by not allowing this resolution...
Hold on. Let me see if they... It's always good. Let's see. Common Dreams. Abhorrent and anti-democratic. There it is. They're both like, oh, I'm staring and staring. Okay. Democratic Party, by not allowing this resolution to come to the floor, is complicit in the railroading of democracy itself, said former Ohio State Senator Nina Turner. Democratic National Committee panel on Thursday refused to allow a vote on resolution aimed at banning dark money from the party's primary process, a decision that sparked outrage from the progressive DNC members and others who backed the proposal. Former Ohio State Nina Turner said, who faced an onslaught of dark money during her recent campaigns for U.S. House seat, told Common Dreams that it's really a sad state of affairs. This should be judged through the lens of right and wrong, said Turner. It is wrong to allow dark money to enter any primary state, any race. What it does is it suffocates the will of the people in those districts. Let's take my district, for example. Do you think that dark money that came in after me cares that Cleveland is the poorest city of its size in the nation? Do they care that 50% of the children who live in Cleveland live in poverty? No, they don't give a damn. Dark money. So neither does the Democrat who will now have that seat, is what she's saying. Dark money taints the will of the people. Led by Nevada Democratic Chair Judith Whitmer, the resolution would have prohibited dark money funding during any and all Democratic primary elections and establish procedures for the investigation of dark money used by candidate committees as well as possible discipline action. Dark money refers to spending whose sources isn't disclosed and is often untraceable. Supporters of the ban cited the torrent of dark money that poured into Democratic primary races across the country this year in an effort to defeat progressive candidates and bolster powerful incumbents, a strategy that, in a number of high-profile cases, succeeded. During her argument in favor of the vote, by the way, Nina Turner lost her district fair and square. Her ads were as milquetoast as anyone else's. There was no, if you, policy for policy, there might have been an argument debate-wise between her and her opponent, but the ads she ran were not indicative of what she was saying the rest of the time. That was her problem. Jennifer Z, executive director of Progressive Advocacy Group, Our Revolution, called the DNC panel's decision to block a vote on Whitmer's resolution abhorrent and anti-democratic. Okay, hold on one second. Progressive, the resolution. Boom. Let's bring this up. This is their reference to it. Resolution 18 passed before it says the party condemns the use of dark money and calls on Senator Whitehouse's to close act to be passed. The one that failed called on the DNC to ban dark money in primaries and establish procedures for possible disciplinary action. So the difference is that it condemns it and want the Disclose Act to be passed. They want to do it that way, so it's even for everybody. They don't want to pants themselves in an upcoming election. That's what it is. So they don't want to ban dark money and then have the Republicans swamp them with cash. They want it to be illegal for everybody. Gotcha. Okay. So 18 passed, 19 didn't.
Come to the floor.
I'm sure that Jimmy will bring up the Disclose Act, and I'm sure that Jimmy will mention that 18 passed and 19 didn't.
Is complicit in the railroading of democracy itself. You know who said that? Former Ohio State Senator Nina Turner, who is a bonafide Democrat. You gonna leave the party? No. You gonna stop voting for Joe Biden and the people who just did this? No.
She'll block you.
She'll block me. She'll act like she didn't block Joe Biden.
Well, she might be blocking you because of this shit, Jimmy. It might have nothing to do with politics. It might just be that you're a fucking pig.
She blocked me.
Right. Well, I think that shows taste and breeding on her part.
A Democratic National Committee panel on Thursday refused to allow a vote on a resolution aimed at banning dark money from the party's primary process. A decision.
Okay, we read this part of it.
That's what they do.
Hold on. Back up.
The other Democrats sometimes come up to you with an actual trombone so they can personally play the wah-wah in your face and laugh at you.
That's what they do to Nina Turner.
Oh, my God. These are the jokes that look at him looking at Kurt. These are the jokes that Kurt gave him. Look at the look. Look at that. Kurt with his don't fire me look. Jimmy with his that's the best you got look. Ugh. Oops.
That's what they do to
we know what it means. Yeah, we get it. That doesn't quite look like what you're doing, Kurt, but
Hey Nina.
You have like the plunger in the end of it.
Yes.
Really... No, keep going. No. It's working. I'm with you. We haven't struck gold yet, but I'm sure it's there.
Here she is, former Ohio State Senator Nina Turner, a DNC member who faced an onslaught of dark money during her recent campaigns for the U.S. House seat. She told Common Dreams that it really...
she alleges that there was an onslaught of dark money.
A sad state of affairs for the DNC Resolutions Committee to not even bring this to the floor so that we members on the DNC can... It is a sad state. And what are you going to do about it? Fucking nothing.
She went on to add, what are you going to do?
She went on to add, I guess we're just going to take it again.
But that's the job.
This should be judged through the lens of right and wrong, said Turner. It's a wrong to allow dark money to
we read this part already.
Enter the primary in any state, in any race. When it does, it suffocates the will of the people in those districts. But I'm going to keep going along with this party.
It should be judged. I should have
watch how the ultimate, the purpose of what Jimmy is saying here is to stop the Democratic Party. not because he gives a shit about where the money comes from, really, not because he, wants to clarify so that real Dems win, any of that shit. No, he just wants the end of the Democratic Party. He's just fighting. This is subterfuge on behalf of the GOP.
Full-headed Jackson Hinkle hairs. Why should a lot of stuff should happen?
A lot of stuff should happen. Let's take my district. This is her talking still. Do you think the dark money that came in after me cares that Cleveland is the poorest city of its size in the nation? Do they care that 50% of the children who live in Cleveland live in poverty? No, they don't give a damn. Hey, Nina, you know who else doesn't give a damn?
You.
Joe Biden and your beloved Democratic Party.
See, there you go. So let's look at this real quick. Let's see. In 2018. This is Community Solutions blog. When was this? That's 2019. Hold on. 2021. There you go. The poorest city in the nation in 2019. 114,000 people living, including 37,000 children. This is where they're getting these stats, just so you know, or whatever. Cleveland, the city of Cleveland is deemed the poorest big city in the nation in 2019, with 114,000 people living in poverty, including 37,700 children, according to the report from the Center for Community Solutions. That's these folks. Two organizations work to curb child poverty in Cleveland. Let's see. In 2019, the city of Cleveland was named the poorest big city in the nation. Data from the 2020 census found that 32.7% of Cleveland residents live below the poverty line. That's why they're like 50% of the children, because it's 32% of all people, and there are fewer kids living in town. That doesn't include the outlying area where most children live in the Cleveland area, but whatever. The United Nations marked November 20th as World Children's Day, according to the UN's website. Theme for 2021, Better Future for Every Child. Organizations like Boys and Girls Club of Northeast Ohio and Laura's Home Women's Crisis Center are two of the many organizations try to curb the cycle of poverty, something 46.1% of the city's children are facing. Linda Uvegas is the Chief Executive Director of the City Mission and Program Manager at Laura's Home. They come in crisis, and when they provide stability, and so we provide some stability, and then to self-sufficiency for each person that leaves here. 75 women completed the program. This is especially when the eviction moratorium ended on September 1st. We're seeing a greater need. We have made many calls. Often we have to turn them away. 2010 shows what we know is the child poverty and poverty in general, those experiencing homelessness, is very complex. There's no one answer that fits everyone. Okay. This is essentially... And the Boys and Girls Club serves about 2,500 kids. Census data showed 115,000 children could benefit from the organization's services. Absolutely heartbreaking. And on the other hand, it couldn't be a higher mandate. It's absolutely critical we solve this. And clearly, our region is astute at solving really hard problems. And so, why can't we be really great at solving this problem as well? Despite the city's population loss, not all of the city's 34 neighborhoods saw a decrease in population. So, okay, because the city people have moved out of the place as well. Hold on one second. Let's see. In our Cleveland Clinic. Okay. Cleveland for 640. Okay, that's the Cleveland Clinic. 1 second. Fed funds policy matters. Cleveland. This is. Here you go. Cleveland Heights. All right. This is the. There's so much. Yeah. You know who doesn't care? Your Democrats. Cleveland Mayor Bibb allocates $462 million in federal COVID recovery funds. Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb has announced where his administration will allocate the final $462 million in American Rescue Plan and Recovery Act funds. Cleveland was granted 2 ARPA payments in 2021 and 2022 for a total of $512 million, which marks the 8th highest amount in the country. The money will be spent according to what's been called Mayor Bibb's Rescue and Transformation Plan. We must think creatively and strategically about how we allocate the funds. My administration is focusing on initiatives that will set a foundation for long-term, tangible impacts for the residents of Cleveland. These allocations allow us to maximize the use of federal funds in the areas that our community identified as priorities. Here's how Cleveland will distribute the $462 million which have been put into place after Joe Biden was elected, specifically targeting the Cleveland area because of its needs. Inclusive recover slash housing for all, $196 million will go to housing. Budget stabilization, $110. Modern City Hall, $50 million. Violence prevention safety, $30 million. Closing the digital divide, $25 million. Education for everyone, $20 million. Lead Safe Cleveland, $17 million. Arts and neighborhood amenities, $10 million. City participation fund, $5 million. This is what the Democrats are doing for Cleveland now that they actually are in charge. While Jimmy wants to make the case that Democrats don't give a fuck, this is targeted money specifically for the needs of Cleveland. Again, Jimmy doesn't give a fuck.
Party.
Why would anyone leave the church that molested him?
I don't know, $462 million? I mean, it reminds me of that shirt. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20, right? I suppose. Is that where we're going?
So James Ogsby tweets this out. James Ogsby's a big shot in Democratic politics and stuff. He says DNC Resolutions Committee didn't pass our call for a ban on dark money in the Democratic primaries. They didn't even allow a vote on it. I'm furious, and all Democrats should be too. But he's not going to do a fucking thing about it.
Why is he furious? You didn't expect this?
You didn't expect them to do. You didn't see this coming.
Yeah, no, they want to pass the Disclose Act.
I'm not saying it's James Ogby's fault. I'm saying that
Sure you are.
he's going to.
It's just the Democratic Party's fault, just by the existence of democracy. You know what it is? It's that we have a democracy is the problem, Jimmy. That's
Just
obviously
take it. And he's going to keep voting Democrat and pretending that.
because the positives outweigh the negatives by far.
Can you imagine how disillusioned Ben Glebe would have been if he progressed in his race and found out?
The last time party leaders did this was on my February 2003 resolution to oppose the Iraq War. Wrong then, wrong now. So why do you stay with this fucking party?
It's a little bit better than
Because they're a little bit better. So
It's a little bit better? Is it a little bit better? Or does none of this exists without Joe Biden? None of this. None of this exists without Democrats. None of this. It's a little bit better, is what he's making the case. This is the difference between this and nothing is a little bit. Of course, neither of these assholes lives in Cleveland. I have family in Cleveland. I spend holidays there, sometimes twice a year. I don't know, other than Pickwick and Frolic, I don't know that Jimmy has ever been to Cleveland for any other purpose.
then here's Nina Turner.
Certainly wasn't to help Nina get elected.
She says, wrong as hell. And then below it, expected though, and when are you leaving, or will you continue to accept this abuse? She's going to continue to accept this abuse.
Is she going to give up her whole...
And that's why he says this about her, I guess. Unless there's a different BITCH that he's talking about.
career?
She's not going to give up her career for fucking people. So that got 50.
Right. So the idea is that you start off, by the way, they're aligning the clips shown. What Jimmy is telling you right now is that the horror reference he was making to Biden earlier should equally apply to Nina Turner. And he can't imagine why she would block him.
Like, she got ratioed, right? 103 likes. This guy, the constituent with a rose.
She got ratioed? We got 50 hearts, 8 comments, 3 retweets.
Ratioed her. Nice.
What do you mean ratioed her? This just says Jimmy Dore retweeted. You bumped this up to the top so that you could grab it, I guess, or this was just related in his mentions. So you backed out on it so it would show it in line. It's not a fucking ratio. It barely got any attention at all.
Nice going, constituent with a rose. Led by Nevada Democratic Party Chair Judith Whitmer, the resolution would have prohibited dark money funding during any and all Democratic primary elections and established procedures for the investigation of dark money used by candidate committee as well as possible disciplinary action. So what is dark money? Dark money is we don't know where the fucking money came from and you can't trace it.
If they did prohibit it, as soon as everybody started paying attention to, I don't know, who's getting slapped at the Oscars this week, they would have quietly got rid of it anyway.
Yeah, so, I mean, why are we even upset that they didn't vote for it? Because they would have taken it away afterwards because the democracy is terrible.
So there's no reason to be mad.
Yes, this whole segment is pointless.
Supporters of the ban cited the torrent of dark money that poured into Democratic primary races across the country this year in an effort to defeat progressive candidates and bolster powerful incumbents, a strategy that, in a number of high-profile cases, succeeded. Yeah, I don't know why progressives stay in this goddamn party. Start your own party. If you get 10% of the polling vote nationally, you now are the kingmaker. You can now control things.
And the sad thing.
Yes, on behalf of the Republicans, you will now guarantee Republican control of everything, which is Jimmy's whole point.
They didn't even go to all that trouble because all these progressives are pussies that have no guts to do anything.
They got
right. So why wouldn't you want pussies with no guts to be in charge of everything? Again, this is one of the stupidest fucking arguments.
None. There's no bigger bunch of fucking gutless, ballless wonders than progressive politicians.
So why would you want them running things? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Joseph, so this guy's name is Joseph Javarhisi. He's the executive director of Our Revolution. That's that group that Bernie started. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know how they could have the revolution in their name. They're fucking go along, get along. They're establishment prop-ups. That's all they are. Our Revolution is a bullshit organization.
All right. I'm done. Like, that's the state of Jimmy Dore right now. That's the state of his show. That's the quality you can come to expect. That's the argument. That's how you break down just any legislative priorities that he believes should be there. This is who he goes after. There will be no attacks on Trump on his show, not on his watch, ladies and gentlemen.